It is day 2 of the elk hunt, and Carl and I have been sitting here contemplating game plans, and we think we've come up with an idea. We're going to go to that huge meadow that I hunted opening day, and we're going to hunt it from the other side because you can see even more ground and glass, all that bottom and the edges, maybe trying to catch a elk coming through there, or we're going to be able to at least see a lot of ground right there. And then this afternoon, I think we're going to regroup a little bit and get some food, and then we're going to go up that mountain again to where I was yesterday evening, where all that elk sign was. So we're in for a long day, but maybe we'll draw blood on a big bull elk by the end of the day. We'll see. This is certainly a very challenging hunt. This isn't like there's nothing easy about this, so we'll be after them. Yeah. What do you think, Carl?
Let's do it.
We got some coffee in us, so I am unbelievably sore from yesterday's trek. My legs, my calves, my hips, my shoulders. Yikes. Carl and I are just set up overlooking this giant meadow, glass and everything, trying to just get an idea on where some elk are. If we can see some, we can make a move. We've got to see them though in order to do that. Not seeing much yet. Nope. Carl and I struck out on this morning's hunt, and we're gonna get back after it. We came back and got some food, and we're gonna go back at him for the afternoon. But I wanted to show you the shed that came out of the unit that we're actually hunting. This thing is absolutely massive. The owner of the place that we're staying at actually picked this thing up hiking. You want to hold on to this thing, Carl, so you can see the size? Can't really. How would that one do, Carl? Would you shoot that one?
I might look for a bigger one.
Okay, let me shoot it.
That's just so you can see.
Yeah, that's incredible. That came right out of the Cibola National Forest that we're hunting in, Unit 10. We have yet to see that, but...
Well, we've seen it crossing the road as we're going hunting, but...
Yeah, so the bulls, or the elk in general that we haven't actually seen any actually hunting on the public. We've seen a lot of sign, but what we've noticed is on the access trail going into where we're hunting, we've seen elk crossing numerous times, but they're crossing on a private ranch that obviously we don't have access to. So what we're gonna do is try to get as close to that private ranch as we can, and maybe try to call one of them bulls off the edge or cut one off. They're really not being vocal. I've yet to hear a single elk bugle, but one of the locals we talked to a few days ago called one of them in on what they call Lookout Mountain, which is where we're hunting. So we'll see. We're after them. We'll be in the woods.
Just make sure you cut out the sound.
Cut out the breathing.
You were not hunting with Darth Vader. It sounds like it.
Carl and I are on our way up the mountain here to try to catch these elk coming back across this access road down here. We've seen them each morning going across, so we know they're up here all night. We don't know when they're coming up here, if it's in the middle of the night or right at dusk or when. But we need to get to the top and go over about 150 yards probably. It's pretty thick right here. We need to get into some open pines. You can't see but 20 yards in here. This is way more of a climb than what we figured coming in here. We're getting a workout. Only got a little ways to go though. Have any words of wisdom, Carl?
No. Be in way better shape when you get here. About 20 years younger.
Yeah. It's just up in these elevations, it's just like hard to breathe. It's different than back home in New York. It's just different. I don't know how to explain it.
Where are we at now?
We're just under 9,000 feet. We were at 86.5 about 100 yards ago.
Nice.
Working our way up to 10,000.
I don't think there's any 10,000 here. It's 9, ain't it?
Yeah, well, I was at the highest point
Yeah.
yesterday, and that was like 9.
Yeah.
That was high.
Is there a stove in there yet?
No, the stove's out of it. How long ago do you think that thing was built?
I don't know.
A long time ago.
It's pounded in nails. That's where they didn't used to put shingles on, just that.
No way, those are elk tracks right next to it right there.
Mm.
I gotta look. That looks to be a 7x7 looking at the track, Carl.
Either that or an Angus.
You know, that's why he's so big he couldn't fit through this gap. He had to go down the trail. That's what I'm thinking. I think we're gonna get into a ton of elk sign over here. See how these pines open up? Huge trail goes right through there. Kind of dried up. Week or two old. It's not squishy. They say if you taste it, you can tell how old it is.
You try it first.
We just got up to the top of this mountainside, and there's a pretty good flat area up here where we found a lot of sign, a lot of rubs, a lot of beds. bunch of elk shit laying around. We know that they're spending a lot of time across the access road on a private ranch. So we're just trying to catch maybe a few elk. Trying to sneak down into there before dark that we're bedded up here on public. We're gonna try to catch them coming up out of there, but it's just, there's a rock face that goes off this mountainside that's just too thick, you can't see nothing. And we never really ran into a huge trail where these bulls or these elk are crossing back and forth. It's gotta be over here somewhere, we just haven't hit it yet. But we're gonna sit here till dark and see what we see. Show you guys, so our access was from this forest road right here. And these elk, every morning we've seen them, have been crossing right here. This is all private ranch. There's like 7,000 acres on this. So these elk have been coming out of public up here. Coming right down, I think, this little cut and crossing the road right there. So tonight we came up here and this is where we're set up, possibly trying to catch a bull coming down this way. We're not going to catch anything coming back because our wind's blowing this way, but we're going to give it a try. There's got to be a really big path over in here somewhere where these elk are coming down this ridge. We're probably going to go look at it tomorrow and see if we can find it. Well, I think that's gonna do it on today's hunt. No luck. No sightings, no nothing. We'll be back at them tomorrow.